Might have been Mr. Hargraves, but somebody early on clued me in, that young man. If you only have 18 months of GI Bill and you don't really have any other source of income other than what you can pick up working, you need to shepherd those funds very carefully. And I did. In fact, I can't remember whether it was one semester or 2 semesters that I didn't use the GI Bill, so as to be sure to have enough to get on through. But Mr. Hargraves, or whoever it was that was telling me, and it was somebody I respected and listened to, said what you really need to do is get the catalog, the college catalog, that's dated the semester, the year that you're starting, because that's the one you'll be held to. And you study that thing like you were studying the Bible, because it's whatever's in there that says this is what you have to graduate with the degree you want. Whatever's in there that says this is what you have for this major or for this minor, that's what you have to have. And you need to figure it out to be sure you get everything done that is required. Lots of kids here end up having to take another semester, and some of them even another year, because they don't pay attention. You pay attention. You get it down to where you know exactly how many hours you have leeway to hit that 124 hours. I think that's what the graduation requirement was in terms of total hours. You get it figured out, how many of those hours are required, and get all of your requirements. And then if you want to take more in one of your special fields, that's fine. But they then become hours counting against the electives. So if you want to get your degree in the most efficient manner, money-wise, time-wise, study it and get just what you need. Most valuable advice I've ever received, and I've tried hard to pass that on to my children, my grandchildren, and now as my great-grands start getting up to college age, we'll be trying to get them to understand, because it hasn't changed. That's the way it is. Well, the other thing I noticed right away is that if you're going to carry a heavy load, and if you're going to get through while you've got that GI Bill, you're going to carry the heaviest load they'll let you take. And a lot of semesters I was taking 21 or better hours, 21 to 23 hours, I think. I know a lot of times 21. Well, why would they let me do it? Because I started easing it up to get it to take a heavier and heavier load, and still made a high average. I think I made a B plus average. Well, they find out you can do it, they'll let you do it. So the other thing, though, to be able to carry that heavier load, and always first playing basketball and later always had a job, you got to be careful that you don't have a nervous breakdown, because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. So I learned right away, study the teacher at least as much as you study the textbook. And you have a paper and pencil and you watch that teacher's body language, voice intonation, and you'll pick up right away where the important points are as seen by that teacher, and you make a note and then you study those notes. Don't study that text. Read the text. Read the text ahead of the time that you're going to hear the lectures. But when it's time to study for the test, you study what you picked up that teacher thinks is important. He thinks it's important, he's going to test it. And he thinks it's important because he thinks that's what you're going to need to know to succeed out there in life. I became a student of teachers. And teachers vary, but all teachers that I have had give little clues as to what's important. Make a note. Study your notes.